starting to break a sweat. I was like, oh, I can keep going. But I'm starting to break a sweat. I was like, oh, I can keep going. But I'm starting to break a sweat. I was like, oh, I can keep going. But I'm starting to break a sweat. I was like, oh, I can keep going. But I'm starting to break a sweat. I was like, oh, I can keep going. But I'm starting to break a sweat. I was like, oh, I can keep going.
All right, hello. I am streaming today. I'm going to be looking at a new Hayear camera that I ordered in the mail. I just got it. I'm going to go ahead and switch over views. We'll switch over to this view. Let's check it out. See what it's like. All right, so I just got this in the mail today. It's a Hayear, H-A-Y-E-A-R. I'm saying Hayear, like literally how it sounds, Hayear. I don't know. It's a Chinese C-Mount camera, like a CMOS sensor. It has a Sony sensor in it. I can't remember the exact specs. I can put them in somewhere for everyone, but I'm looking at this one. I think it's the HY-5299. I couldn't really find any kinds of information on it online, but I thought I'd try it. It claims that it's 4K resolution at 60 frames per second or 1080p at 120 frames per second, which I thought was pretty interesting. I bought this because I have a new microscope on the way, an AM scope that's coming in the mail, and I wanted to see if it would work out. Here I have here also a Nikon fisheye lens. It's a 10.5 millimeter. It's a GED. It's a DX lens that I used for a DX camera that I had, but that camera is pretty out of date. But I still have all the lenses around, so I thought I would try it. I got a Nikon adapter here for C-mount and CS mount lenses. I can't remember the Ardicam or something like that. I could also list that as well. But this is kind of what it looks like. It has the C-mount on this side and then the Nikon mount on this side. And there's a little release on here somewhere. There's a little release. Here's, I believe this adapts it to the C, or either the C or the CS. I can't remember which, but we'll try that out. So I'm going to go ahead and see if this thing actually mounts properly to my Nikon lens. So I'll go ahead and open that up and take this off my Nikon lens, put that aside, and I'm going to line up the red dot with the white dot on the camera. I think that's the way it goes. Yeah, that did it pretty well. And okay, there, yeah, that locked in place decently well. It has a nice firm fit. It doesn't feel loose at all. So, and I read online that you can't push this, you got to pull it. So to release. So let's see. Yeah, there is a pull. Yeah, and then it will pop off. Okay. So let's try that one more time. There. It does snap in pretty well. And it is pretty. It feels like it's on there well. So good. So that seems to work. And then this is the screw on. It does have threads, so you got to be kind of careful here. But this just kind of threads on, and looks pretty good. I don't think I need this one. I think this is the CS mount, which I believe is even. It's maybe the same diameter as a C mount, but different threading or something. I can't remember. At any rate, let's put this aside and take a look at the Hayear camera. I'm still going to pop this thing open. Okay. There's a tiny user manual. This literally, the writing looks microscopic. I couldn't read this without magnifiers. I'd have to look at it. It looks pretty basic. I don't know if I would even need this at this point. Let's see. It comes with a mini CD, probably with software and all kinds of stuff on here. I don't get this. I have no CD capability. I don't think anyone does, for the most part. I don't know how I'm going to get the software. I can try. I ordered this on AliExpress, so I may be able to contact them. The message center there is usually pretty good. Let's see. Might be able to contact them. They could help me out with like a software link or something. Here's the remote. I have no idea how this works yet, but imagine this will control most of the functions. It comes with a HDMI cable. It's kind of a flat wound one, and a USB. And it is white inside, so I guess this is USB 2. It did say that, I believe, over USB. I don't plan to use this over USB really. Just HDMI out to go into OBS so I can stream with this. I plan to stream my microscope, what I'm doing in a stereo microscope for circuit building. And also probably that's why I'm also got this Nikon C-Mount adapter. So then I could, when I'm not using it for the microscope, maybe I can put some Nikon lenses on here and just use it as an extra HDMI webcam for OBS. We'll see how that works out. All right, so here's the camera, just in some plastic here. Let's pull this out. Okay, here's what the camera looks like. It looks exactly like how I saw online. It's kind of a blue aluminum and plastic. It does have a little cover on here. It has, let's see, 3 inputs. One for, it looks like a HDMI, USB. It's not any blue or anything, so still guessing that's USB 2, not sure. And then it looks like a micro SD card could go in there. Yeah, looks pretty simple. Looks clean actually. It feels good. It's heavy. It feels pretty substantial. And then I think it runs off, this says 12 volt. So it's a DC 12 volt that this runs off of. And it looks like a little IR for the remote. Okay, let's look at this power adapter. Yeah, this is, what is the output? 12 volts DC, 1 amp. Yeah, so 12 volts DC, 1 amp power. So hopefully this will work. I did run an HDMI cable over here. I have no idea, like, I do. I think the HDMI cable said high speed. So I believe that, I can't remember all these versions, but it's the mid-tier one. It's not like the really old, like, I think there's 1.4, 1.7, and 2 or something like that for HDMI standards. I can't remember exactly, but I have the one in the middle. Not the oldest and not the blazing fast newest, but this one should support up to 4K. So hopefully, I mean, I've had all kinds of various problems with HDMI cables in the past, so we'll see. And hopefully this cable's long enough. Just kind of, I didn't practice this or anything, so just kind of see how that goes. Okay, I got a power light over there. And before I power this guy up, I'm going to quickly take this off. I don't want to leave this off long because I don't want to get any dust on the sensor, but I'm going to go ahead and screw my lens on. It looks like there's a grub screw here. I think you can see it in the camera there. Yeah, and I think this might be a mount adapter on here. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm going to leave it on there and just see if this mounts, and if it doesn't, then I'll fool around. It actually looks very similar to this mount, so I don't know. I think it's some kind of adapter though. Maybe there's no kind of threaded adapter that actually comes with this. This just sits down in there. Not sure how that's going to go. What else? So yeah, I'm going to quickly do this and see if my camera will mount on there. Real quick. That's what the sensor looks like inside. And that thread feels right. It's going in smooth. That doesn't feel bad at all. Yeah, that went in well. I think that's the right size adapter for this. So no worries there. Okay, good. So that lens is mounted on there well now. Okay. And I'm going to put my little cover over here. And let's see. So what do we got? Maybe what I'll do is I'll take out this little thing for the remote. Little plastic thing to protect the battery. Okay. So what do we want to do? I wonder if I should connect the HDMI. I think I'm going to give it power and then connect the HDMI. Not sure. Probably should read the manual. Let's see if it gives any kind of visuals. It just shows plugging the HDMI in and plugging the power in. So it looks like USB. They don't show the power. So maybe if you're running it over USB, it will run off USB power. Although I don't know how if it's 12 volts. Maybe it has some kind of up circuitry in there to convert the USB up. But at any rate, here, I'm going to plug this in. Let's go for it. Okay, that's plugged in. And I'm just going to grab this HDMI cable now. Let's do this. Okay, there we go. And let's plug this guy in now and see what we get here. Okay, I have this this HDMI cable here running into a Blackmagic. What's that thing called? The video splitter over here. A10 Mini Pro. So yeah, so this is actually plugged into an A10 Mini Pro. It basically can take 4 HDMI inputs, and then I can switch with some buttons on the front to change camera views and a bunch of other stuff. But I'm going to just see if it will. I'm going to switch over to that view in a second once I turn this on, and we'll see if we can get anything out of here. I have no idea how it's going to go, but let's try. I'm going to go ahead and take the lens cover off my camera. Okay, there, I got a blue USB or LED light on there. I guess that means there's power applied. But here, I'm going to go ahead and just change views now, and we will, here I'm going to turn the camera this way. Hopefully it will, I'm sure this is manual focus and such, so I have no idea what the focus will be like, but let's see if we're getting a signal out of there. Go to channel 3 there. Go to our main camera. Okay, yeah, we are getting something. It looks like really low light though, right? Yeah, I'm getting almost, if I pointed at the wall over there, we are getting something out of it, because I do see something there. Maybe I can I do any, I don't think this has manual f-stops on this. Any way to do? Okay, I have no idea how the software works on here. Maybe we can go to menu. Okay, there's menu. Is there like an up and down? Yeah, up. Okay, so there's our cycling up and down. Okay, there's an exposure. There's down. How do I say okay? There's an okay. That's minusing. Oh boy. So I guess you can't, oh wait, here, wait. Let's get out of menu. Let's go menu, menu, get out of menu. And this looks like an auto exposure. Please, no, I don't know what this was. AE something. Please insert SD card. I don't know, maybe you need an SD card to do some kind of exposure. Delete, protect, playback. Okay, so we don't want that. Okay, there. Now I'm back out. So I'm not sure what I was going. I guess I was entering some kind of video recording mode. But it also said AE, which I thought was auto exposure, but I'm not sure. So let's see. Line set. Let's see what that is. Color. Weight, line, okay, crosshair on. I don't really care about that right now. Let's get back out of there. Let's go down, image size, let's check that out. Let's do that. 12 megapixel. Okay, it says that it's shown the 4K. but that's for image size. Let's go down here. Timing photo. Not sure what that is. Didn't show anything. Okay, this is just showing still image settings. I think that was the digital zoom there. Not sure. Let's try that again. I think this is digital zoom. Yeah, this is digital zooming. I think you can go up to 7 times digital zoom on this thing. But we don't really want to do any of that digital zooming yet. Okay, I'm going to get out of there. Let's see. Back to menu. Nope. Okay. How about on this remote? I didn't even try the remote. I'm just trying that. Let's see here. Menu. Okay, that's still the menu. Same menu, I think. Is this like video mode? Okay, yeah, it keeps asking me to insert an SD card for that. So maybe I can go over to photo mode. Okay, I see. Because now it's asking me for an SD card. Okay, what's this mode? These are all asking for SDs. I'm just pressing basically the video icon, the photo icon, and there's a little mountain icon, which is usually, something like, I'm guessing these are the zooms for those kinds of things. So let's turn this back off. Okay, let's see now. What does this button do? No, nothing. Maybe you have to have an SD card in there. Here, so I'm going to turn this off. So there we're on. I'm going to turn this off now. It says off, but maybe I have to press and hold. One of those things. Okay, there. Okay, there. I pressed off, and there. Now it's off, I think. I'm going to go ahead. I think I have an SD card kicking around here. Hold on a second. Alright, found the micro SD cards. I don't know what size this is, but whatever it is, we're going to try it. Maybe this will give us a little something. Let me see if I can see this magnifier. This is a 32 gig class 10. It's kind of a no-name brand. I think this is an AliExpress order. Looks right. It's depressing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this isn't a micro SD and I'm frying something else up. Yeah, I'm gonna wait on that. I'm not even sure if that's micro SD card or not. Looks like it, but all right. So there we go. So I know this works. That was really low aperture. So let's see. Maybe I can throw on a different lens. that I have manual apertures with. And then maybe I could just open it up in the lens. Because I think that's a, what is that? Yep, this is a 50 millimeter. I don't think this has aperture control in there either. Do any of these might all be these digital lenses that none of them have aperture controls. I can't remember. Yeah, none of these have aperture control pretty much. So maybe this isn't going to be so useful. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe there's still a way within the software to kick the apertures down. I have a crazy lens. I think what, my worry with this, oops, I still have you guys on the other view, don't I? Okay, here, let's switch this back. Where are we at? SE2, yeah. Okay. I have this, it's a micro where I can manually control apertures. It only goes down to f4, but there's already the crop on this lens is huge. I know, I mean, because of the sensor size, I think it's 1 to 2.33. I can't remember what the digital conversion is, but I think even like this, that's why I used a 10.5. I think even with a 10.5 lens, it's going to be like a huge conversion, meaning that it would be way more telephoto than, 10.5. So here, let's see. I may have to just get some C-Mount lenses for this. That might be useful as well, but I was hoping to be able to utilize these Nikon lenses because the glass is great. If this doesn't work, oh well, little experiment. But I thought I would give this a whirl. So this has some apertures on it, manual apertures. It's a 200 millimeter micro lens. God, with this thing on here, I have no idea what this thing's going to make it, but it's only, I believe, an f4. So I'm not too. Boy, I don't want to cross thread this. Okay, there. Feels good. It's only an f4. We'll just see if we can see if it does anything. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to. It won't let me click out of. There we go. No. Why isn't this letting me click out of manual now? Oh, there we go. Okay. There, I have it set manually to f4 to give this thing power. And I'll go ahead and turn this thing on. Take off the lens cap. There. I have no idea. I think it's on auto. Now it's manual focus. To infinity. Let's do that. Let's just see what we got on the other view now. Where are we at? Main camera. Okay, so well, it sees my blue shirt. Not sure what else it's seeing. Oh my God. I don't know about focus. Okay, there. That's something. Something was in focus there. Okay, there. It's more. Oh wow, yeah. That's across the room now. Now we're getting something. At least have an image. Yeah, I got that in focus. But now that is my LED light. That's a wee tiny. That's maybe a 1 to 1.5 inch square. And I'm sitting 12 to 14 feet away from it, and that's why I'm really shaky. So this is a 200 millimeter micro lens. Now with it, and I'm doing manual focus. Boy, can I stick something under here? Maybe I can at least just do this to try to get back. Well, that's the wall. Okay, let's come over here. Sorry for the shaky cam. No, it's not going to let me because there. Sorry it's shaky, I'm hand holding a 200mm lens. But you get the point. I mean, this is going to be viable, so these work well. You know, the crop factor for the lens makes this like an amazing telephoto now, I think. Now, what happens if I point it at the desk? Is there enough light? Boy, these things, it really needs a lot of light. So maybe there's a way I'm going to be able to, here, like, let's look at the, on the desk. Can I find it? What is that? That is the monitor, I believe, there. There's my desk. I have a little pad running some software for the mixer. There, I can kind of get that in focus. This again is like 10-15 feet away, and this is a 200mm micro lens on this Hayear HY-5299. Terrible, I know, and shaky, but you get the point. It is working. So these lenses will work. I have to figure out the software. Maybe there's a possibility. Here, I'm going to go ahead and switch that camera view over again. Maybe there is a possibility. Again, so this is what I was shooting. A 200mm micro lens on f4 with manual focus, manual aperture. So some old Nikon lenses that had manual aperture ring, those would be perfect for this. A lot of my modern lenses here that don't have any apertures, that's all electronic control, maybe not so useful unless I'm going to be able to adjust the exposure in the camera. If I can do that, these may become viable. We'll see. I don't know how that'll go. I'll maybe give an update to this and let you know, but at least I know the camera works. Now, is it 4K? I have no idea. That's something else I have to start testing here. Since I'm running it through the A10 Mini, I think that thing from memory has an equalizer. Like, it has 4 HDMI inputs, and I'm running 2 Sony A5100s into there. And I think it will equal, like, you can't run one camera at 4K 60 and one camera at 1080p 30 and stuff like that. I think it will default to the lowest setting camera that you have hooked up for all of them. So say if you hook 2 4Ks and one 1080p and one that's at 720, I think it would go to 720 for all of them, no matter what. It would knock it all down to the lowest common or something like that. Not sure about that, but I think it does. So I also have some of the capture cards, Elgato, the USB 3. I think those are 4K. I'm not sure if they do 60. I'll have to look into the manual again. But I have some capture cards, so maybe I'll hook those up and do some tests to kind of see what I can pull in off this thing. So I'm going to start doing those kinds of tests and figure out the software a little more, and then maybe I'll revisit this. Also, when the microscope comes, I'll do a video for that, and then maybe we can get this mounted on the microscope. And the goal is to be able to show you some circuit boards and things, some soldering through the microscope. I'm getting a stereo microscope to do this because I'm working on the Kajimi, which is by the Black Corporation. It is an 8-voice polysynth. I'm building it. It's a DIY kit. It has some 20-pin SOP, like the SSOP or something like that, the really fine pitch surface mount integrated circuits for the voice cards. There's 8 of them. The last time I tried this by hand, I slaughtered it. So I got the microscope because my eyes are getting bad as I'm older. And I want to do these by hand and hand solder these small ICs on there. I have to. So hopefully the microscope will help me. I also have a hot air rework station. So I'm doing the version 2 card instead of the version 1. So I have some extra ICs from the first version. I'm going to practice with those and do some practicing on stream. Hopefully get the process down using some solder paste and a reflow, hot air reflow device. I've never done that. That'll be an adventure. But hopefully I'll be able to show that through the microscope and try those out and kind of master it, and then finish up the Kajimi build. I made a bunch of videos building the first parts of the Kijimi, and then got stuck because I misaligned some things when I soldered on it. Didn't line up with the faceplate. I've since fixed that. I'll give an overview of that later on when I get back to this. And then the goal, though, is to, on stream here, finish the rest of this Kijimi build live on stream, and then archive all these for other people building the Kijimi or other Black Corporation or other synths. And hopefully it will help people out. So I'm going to leave it here now. Hopefully this was somewhat useful. This camera looks promising so far. At least it works. We'll see if we get the 4K 60p out of it. And we'll go from there. All right. Take care. See ya.